It used to be hard to find the exact auto parts you needed, and that meant spending a lot of time at swap meets. It's a different game now when you can order exactly what you need from eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts, so you can always find the right fitment. Spend less time searching and more time building with the eBay Motors app, or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
This is Half-Black Neil, son of Boring Dean. When I'm not being put to sleep by my dad talking to me, I listen to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. Now here he is, the man I wish was my daddy, the super talented Eric Zane.
Spent some time with Half-Black Neil the other night. You know, he's a tuba player. Very bright, very, future looks bright for that young man. Despite living with his father. Sick fuck Dean. I really can't give him any shit, you know. Despite the thing in his ear, which I think he just does it now to be silly. I mean, the dude, okay, an engineer, he's an educated engineer. He bales hay right now. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the horses have to be fed. The man made a living with his brain for the longest time. Now he's making a living with his sheer strength. But I don't think you're going to get a call while you're at Bosco's Pub that says, hey, get over to the barn. What? Can you please take me through why you have the Bluetooth? And it's the old school Bluetooth. It's like the size of a cell phone strapped to the side of his head. I have never, ever been around you when you've said, hang on a second, I got to take a phone call. And then, hello, this is Dean. Who needs molesting? That has never happened. So I don't know can you maybe shed some light on that for me? I mean, come on. Jesse, I think this is the Jesse who's on the chat, and he's like, Zane on time? Well, yeah, I'm on time. I'm always on time. Come on. This is the same Jesse, I believe, who I think he insinuated on Dear Meathead that he asked his 3- and 6-year-olds if they want to get vaccinated, and he decided it was up to them. Hey, you're 3 and 6 years old. Do you want a needle to go into your arm and put medicine in there that makes your arm sore and you're going to be uncomfortable and scream and cry? Do you want it? No. Okay. Well, I guess you don't get the vaccine. What are you doing? Welcome in. This is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. I need to bust some more balls. And that, Adam says, can 3-year-olds get the vaccine? I might have been wrong on the ages. I forgot what he wrote. It was a kid, very young kid. I know 6 is right. I need to bust some balls because I talked to you about how I was going to be inviting the guys from Just Chirpin for a crossover episode. And I'm kicking myself because I don't have the audio right in front of me right now, but it doesn't matter. I'll explain it to you. It was Jay and Stephan. Stephan helped build this studio. He's a carpenter by trade, contractor. They love hockey. They do a hockey podcast that just started not long ago, and they're marketing on this show now. So I'm telling people that if they want to hear 4 beer leaguers talk shit, you check out the podcast Just Chirpin. In fact, this will suffice as me telling you about it for today on the show. If you ever want to hear what these jackasses say, you need to check out the show. So here it is. I said to them, I go, hey, why don't you join me on the podcast when I interview Ben Simon from the Grand Rapids Griffins, the head coach? Okay. This is bonkers what happened here. Now, Stephan, I know pretty well. Jay, I've never met before. So I said, hey, why don't all four of you come on while I'm interviewing Coach, and we'll, I'll throw you right into the mix. Hey, what do you got for Coach? Certainly you've been following the Griffins or hockey or something on your mind about hockey that you want to talk to him about. And so that was the plan. So it's all four of us, me, those two, and Coach Simon. Coach Simon, the majority of his career was in the American Hockey League, but he'd get called up to the NHL, played just over 80 games in the NHL, and he has been the Griffins head coach for a few years. He was an assistant prior to that during the Cup run for the Grand Rapids Griffins, and he's also very highly respected by his NHL counterparts on the Detroit Red Wings. He basically is in charge of some of the most important players in the franchise, the prospects, the future of the team. So he deals directly with the little ball of hate, Pat Verbeek, who is the general manager of the team, and Mr. Yzerman, who is the general manager of both teams. Well, I guess. He's the general manager of the Red Wings, and Verbeek is the assistant GM, and he runs the Griffins. So, this is a pretty cool gig. In fact, there was a COVID outbreak within the coaching ranks for the Griffins, or for the Red Wings, and they called Simon, said, you got to run the show. We're going to be playing, I don't know where they were playing. And he won. He won the damn game. It was his first time being an NHL coach, so officially he has a 1-0 record as a coach, and I know him very well. We've talked a lot over the years, so I was happy to do this. So Stephan gets in there, and both these guys work day jobs, so they're in their work trucks. I said, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is give me 20 minutes of your time, look at the phone, have a question or two for Coach, and join me in the conversation. So go to Stephan, talk to him a little bit. He asks Coach a question. I go, Jay, what do you got for, I'm kind of like, a maestro. All right, that's a great question, Stephan. Nice job. Jay, these guys are new to podcasting, so I'm like spoon feeding it to them. Now, there's really no way to fuck this up except for what happened. Because fuckface Jay, I go, Jay, what do you got for Coach Simon? And he could have said anything. He could have asked any question in the known universe or said anything. But this is what he said. Hey, I don't know who you are. I had to Google you. Oh, fucking shit, Devol. What? You asshole. What the fuck? How could you possibly do that? I don't know who you are. I had to Google you. Oh, my God. Then he proceeds to, like, I think he sensed how shitty that sounded, because he then tried to, like, make up for it with, like, a glowing review of how great he is, but it's all pointless because he just said 3 seconds earlier, I don't know who you are. And then he said, I like to play hockey with the guys, but I really don't know anything. I didn't know who you were. It's a fucking hockey podcast, and you're sitting there saying you don't know who the fuck the coach of the local team is? You asshole. Oh, my God. I was mortified. Was fucking mortified. Holy shit. I need to get Stephan in here and ask him why he has a guy on the spectrum helping him lead the charge. Oh, it was horrible.
Hello.
Hey, guess what I'm talking about?
Oh, shoot. What are you talking about?
Did you bust Jay's balls for, hey, Jay, you got a question for Coach? Yeah, I don't know who you are.
Oh, yeah. Well, we chirped him pretty good last night during the recording.
Holy fuck. What? I got the impression that he was like, it just kind of diarrheaed out of his mouth. Like he was nervous.
Yes, exactly. We talked about it at length after the show, too. And he was like, I'm a mush. I'm an idiot.
Oh, he is.
Like, relax, Jay. If the Zane didn't say anything, it would have flown right on by Ben. And he would have just rolled right with it.
No way, man. My spider sense, the hairs went up in the back of my neck. And I went, wait a minute. Did you just say, wait, he's okay. He's on a hockey podcast, and then he announces, I love hockey, but I don't know anything about it, and I had to Google you, and who are you? What the fuck? You could have asked him anything. You don't have to give him the fucking a 5-minute version about how you don't know shit.
Interview 101. We learned that, in the first semester.
Holy shit. And then
that was good, though.
And then he tried to make up for it by, like, giving a resume of all the things he learned about him when he Googled them. Oh, yeah, you're great.
That went over real well.
I don't know who you are, but you're great, you asshole.
I did an hour's worth of research before the show, and I watched a few videos and interviews, and I don't want to ask the same questions.
Yeah. You know what you do? Next time you have a person who knows everything there is to know about hockey in Ben Simon, you don't do research. You just ask him the first question, how are you? And then when he says whatever, you just base the next question off of something he just said. That's the best advice I can give if you're interviewing someone.
There's a reason that Jay doesn't do he's not headlining the interviews. That's more, Brett and Mai's forte, because Jay will talk about whatever Jay wants to talk about.
Oh my God. I love that, man. I want you to know that and then while it happened, I actually said, hey, great start.
Oh, it was a beaut. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if you could see me in the corner on the Zoom screen just laughing my ass off when that came out. My jaw hit the floor. Like, and then you go, awesome start. Stay hot, Jay. Way to go, bud.
Fucking brutal. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. I'll tell you. I think we reeled it in and put it all together, and it sounded pretty good at the end. But my God, what a great start, though.
It was fine, but I'm never gonna let that fucker live that down. I am so happy he's in my life. I love that man. I love that man.
I love that son bitch.
Oh, that was so spectacular. Okay, so you just recorded another episode of Just Chirpin. Has it been published?
It should be published tomorrow. Usually he tries to get it out by Friday morning.
Okay.
I don't know if this one's going to work that way. I had a big pull on him because not only did Jay fuck up the beginning of that interview.
Yeah.
I was rolling from the Dropbox from my phone. We were plugged in. I had my Bluetooth on the machine. And we were doing video. Brent wanted me to let him know when we had 30 seconds left so he could fly out the main screen and get back to our cameras.
God, it sounds horrible.
And I swiped my phone up to check the time, and I cleared the interview with about 5 minutes left.
Oh, way to go, asshole. Way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hey, man, I've been there. I have had so many horrible things happen in the years of podcasting. It's like,
my gosh.
And you just
just a mush. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, we got done recording. I go, Jay, I know it's a lot of work for you. Please take the full interview, cut and splice, put it in to where we brought it back around. We're like, oh yeah, listen to Zane's show to hear more. He has the whole isolated interview in its entirety. So it was a great plug for you and your show.
Hey man, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh man, I was just I'm still mortified by it this morning. But I did play. So I was telling my wife about it this morning while she was getting ready, and I played your intro.
Yeah,
and she's laughing. So I go, "Well, you didn't hear what Jay said." So I played it, and she's got her hand on her face.
Oh,
and she works with Jay's wife. Jay and I are cousins. Right. So they work together. And I go, you got to hear this before you go to the office today, just in case Melissa says something about how the interview went. And she's like, oh, my gosh. You guys will never, ever be interviewed again.
No.
Like, you've hit your pinnacle. You're done. This is it. Just based on the way Jay said the Google machine in front of Coach Ben Simon.
This is how it's going to be. Next week, we're interviewing Vladimir Konstantinov. It's his first interview since he was injured. And I'm going to have Jay in so he can say, so do you like being in a wheelchair or something like that? You know?
Yeah, what's the upsides to being in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Kind of like a buddy of mine who asked a homeless guy. There's some upsides to being homeless, right?
What are the advantages of being homeless, which is a legendary callback? Thank you.
Where did he get the pizza box, though?
Yes, we've all been there. Shut up.
Gosh.
All right.
Hey,
all right.
We're trying.
Man.
You got to fall on your face once in a while.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know that this is that was a historic moment, and that will never ever disappear. And he should be proud of that butt fuckery that he created. It's spectacular. Oh, I loved it so much. Okay. All right, have a day. What are you doing? You rebuilding something? You doing? I mean, what's going on in your world?
I've got a kitchen to hang today. I'm getting a little bit of a late start because podcast nights we usually tip a couple back. So the luxury of being self-employed is that I can go to work a little guilty the next morning.
Yeah,
and come in just a tad bit late. So I had to wait for the sitter to get here. My 6-year-old is off from school for a few days in between the holidays. So Grammy got here, and I am hitting the road. I got to go way on out to BFE and hang some cabinets and make an appearance, and then I am on cruise control for the weekend.
Nice. Did you see that World Juniors got canceled?
Yeah, we highlighted that on our show. The news came in right before we started recording, so I was like, hey, we're breaking it first right here. You're not going to hear Spittin' Chicklets or Missing Curfew talk about it until next week, but go to Just Chirpin if you want to hear the hottest, most up-to-date news.
Yes, and John will be like, Jay will be like, what's World Juniors? What is that? What does that even mean?
Yes, yeah, and I'm not going to say that he didn't do that. So, yes, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
And he'll call himself out. He's like, hey, I don't know jack about jack. I play the game, but I don't watch hockey. And we're picking teams, like forecasting early on this year. I guess it's late in the calendar year. But we're forecasting, like, who our playoff selections are for some content on the show.
What an
and
asshole.
Jay's picking teams based on their jerseys and the colors that he likes.
Does he know
he's that disconnected from the NHL?
We can do next time we meet, we can do Jay's hockey quiz, and it could be like one of these is not an NHL player, is not a legendary NHL player, and the choices are Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe, and Cecil Fielder, and see if he's able to get it right.
Oh, yeah, he'll definitely get it wrong. Yeah.
What a dick.
That's a fun little gimmick. We should sit down and do that, and you do a little Jake trivia quiz. I think you'll get some gold out of that.
Did you say Jake or Jay?
Jay.
Okay, I've been calling him Jay. I don't even, like I said.
Yeah, you're saying it right. You can just go back to Dues. Like, I don't know who the hell you are.
Yeah, is that, so he's Dues? What the fuck is that all about?
So Dues is short for Duesendang, his last name.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
yeah. So it goes back to the interview. If the listeners are listening to that interview,
okay,
you wrapped it up with asking what Ben's hockey nickname is. We all give each other a nickname and whatnot. So Jay's nickname is Dues, but we just call him Jay because it's easier to say.
You guys are such jackasses. I am so happy. I can't tell you.
Aren't you glad to be in bed with a bunch of chuckleheads like us?
Absolutely. As soon as he said it, I went, historic moment right there. I don't know who you are. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was like an intern view. I didn't watch your movie, but I'm going to. My boss told me I have to interview you.
Yes,
so
yes.
And thank God you caught it too, because I think we had some fun with that. Ben rolled it off so good. He was like, yeah, well, if you saw it on the internet, it's got to be true.
Yeah, he's a pro. Guy. He's a pro. Unlike Jay, he's just a dumb dick. Holy shit. Okay.
I can't wait for you to tee me up on the next one, my next gaffe. My gosh.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a running joke from now on.
Well, we're having fun with it, so that's great. You're laughing, I'm laughing. The only one who kind of feels a little funky is Jay.
Good, that dumb fuck.
Thank God he's got thick skin and he can take the heat.
All right. Very good, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man. We'll catch you later.
Have a good one. See ya. That is Stephan Hyde from Just Chirpin. Holy shit, we're 2 minutes in on that deal, and I was like, oh boy, this is gonna leave a mark. This is gonna be around for a long, long time. Oh boy. All right, so I actually posted the interview in the free podcast. Hold on a second, I gotta send something to Kyle. I just sent you an updated link, period. The other one was bad, period. So, you know, that was, it's like, I cannot believe he just did that. So you can listen to that wherever you download the free podcast. And I have the video podcast of it too, but that'll show up on YouTube and I'll put it on the website and link it up on Twitter. The Facebook ban is about to expire, just a couple days away. I think on the 3rd of January 2022 is when that thing expires. You need to know that this show every single morning is on Twitch, twitch.com or twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Please go there and follow. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. They also bring you the Facebook page. You see, I got the new sign up in studio, Megan. How about that? So there you go. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Stu McAllister banned again. What? Okay. Today is Call Everybody Day, apparently. I gotta know what the fuck is going on with this. Stu McAllister. I remember we used to sing that song for Stu. Stu got banned again? Jesse says, hey.
Eric Zane.
Hey, man, sorry, I'm podcasting. I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
People are suggesting you were banned again on Facebook. Is that true?
Yeah, I got a 30-day ban.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you take me through it, Stu?
I want to murder my coworkers. I don't know if you know that or not. I want to murder them.
Are you talking about your okay?
Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I asked on Facebook. I said, "Hey, I want to murder my coworkers. Can any of you suggest to me a way to do it? Yeah. Serious replies only. Thank you."
Okay. So.
And then I got like 10 replies. Most people said to poison people, so I'll have to think about it. But clearly, Zane, it's all in jest. No one asks on Facebook how to murder somebody, and they're real about it.
Well, no one, there was a golden day years ago when, you could go on Facebook, you could say that, you could call people the N-word and other great things. And now we can't do that anymore. And I, for one, am disgusted with that. We should be able to do that.
It's ridiculous, right? If you can't make racist or homophobic jokes, what's the point?
Yeah. So, that's terrible news to society that we cannot do that. So when you did it, because a lot of times, whenever I've been banned 6 times. You've probably been banned quite a bit more.
Unfortunately.
When I get banned, I don't even think that what I've said was bad. And then like hours later, I'll get the ban. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Do you ever go into it with like, I'm about to get banned for this?
I get a little trigger shy sometimes, but that one, I guess I always need to realize that the Facebook bots don't understand humor and nuance and sarcasm. They don't get it. They're like, oh my God, this guy, he wants to murder his coworkers and he's seeking advice on Facebook on how to do it. We need to stop him.
Gotcha. Now, what's funny is when I used to make my show available on Facebook only, I could say whatever I want. And when the actual spoken word on a video doesn't draw up any red flags because there's nothing to police what I'm saying. It's only typed words, you know?
Gotcha. I imagine they're probably actual murderers who are on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's all dumb. I'm frustrated by it, but whatever. What do you do?
Yes. Okay. So when does the return to stand-up happen? I know you're thinking about it, Stu.
I actually went and saw a show last night. I went down to Gun Lake Casino and saw a show.
Yeah, they've got they throw cover bands on the sports bar there, and they have comedy shows and things like that. So you knew who was appearing or no?
Yeah, it was my buddy Johnny Beaner. He's got a tiny wiener. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Nice. You should. Hey, if I'm free, we'll go down there together next time. We'll throw some money in the machines. We'll have some anal sex, and then we'll go watch some comedy.
Well, I got some news for you, Zane. I think they only got one more show, and then they're done.
Well, that's fucking terrible. That's a terrible decision. Come on.
It's a terrible venue. I will say that out loud. It's
a terrible venue. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I have seen a show. Okay, Don Veltman. He, you know what he did? You know how
got a big dick. I don't know if you heard that.
Big Dick Donnie at Rockford Lanes. We went to go see. I invited you, but you couldn't make it. Some comic who was a really funny guy from Ireland. And it was me and Ben. And we went into the sports bar, and they have a little stage there where you could, it's quaint and nice. It could have worked. But no, what they decided to do was put the comic up by the foul line of the bowling alley in between the GD ball returns, backlit. And it looked like it was such a shit. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? No, put him in the club. There's only 10 people here to begin with, GD. Come on.
People who run comedy shows don't know anything about comedy shows normally. So,
yeah. I would guess that the number one rule that can be broken is, make the comedian comfortable. Why would you say, hey, get up there and be an asshole? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that was the problem at the Gun Lake Casino. They had the televisions on. They do it in the sports bar, and the televisions are on. So the comedian is performing in front of 100 televisions playing all different sports shows.
Yeah, it's all those little details. All those little details need to be a dark room. The stage needs to be lit. Yeah. You have to have an MC. You have to have an announcer introducing the MC. You have to have a light when your time is up. You need to have people that are policing the hecklers. You got to have, come on. It's fucking Comedy 101, Stu.
Yeah, you would think, but a lot of people don't understand that. Can you imagine doing your radio show, your podcast right now, and you got a band playing behind you?
Oh, my God. It's bad enough dealing with these fuck faces in the live stream trying to derail me with shithead comments while I'm doing it,
They're giving you shit right now?
No, they're not. They're actually being very well behaved today, but some of them have tried to fuck my butt, and I haven't cared for it.
I assume some of them are in jail right now.
Yeah, you never know.
No access to the internet.
No access to the internet. Okay. All right. Buffalo Bills, playoff team, yes?
Yeah, they'll make it. They got to win 2 more games, and they'll win the division. I think even if they don't win both games, they'll still slip in as a wild card. They're in.
All right. I got you. All right. And then New Year's Eve, you're just going to go to bed? I mean, any plans? You're going to go out and maybe grab some teenagers and bring them home and tie them up? I mean, what's going on?
I was thinking about some whores, but probably not teenagers, but some whores.
I have never hired a hooker in my life. Have you?
No, I've never hired a hooker. So that's why, this is a good time of year to do it.
I would be so frightened of that woman. I would not know what to do. I would not be able to get a stiff wiener because I'd be so intimidated. if I hired a whore.
Because of her sexual prowess?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
or the disease.
I have never been able to, well, that too, but I have never been able to, you ever see like in a porno where the guy has sex for like an hour? I mean, I don't know if he's putting some type of medication on his ding dong, but to make it so that doesn't happen. But I mean, I think my stamina from when I was a young boy with my first boner hasn't improved since then,
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just it's a quick draw McGraw.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Well, for her it is. She's like, what are you stopping for, you dumb dick? Come on, get down there and chow.
You got 10 fingers to help you out.
Yeah, I know it. Okay. All right, Stu. I appreciate you. Have a good day. You're delivering Dippin' Dots, right? Is that what's happening today?
Yeah, it's a late day. I'm just showing up to work now.
Okay, so when you suggested killing your coworkers, is it fellow dot slingers? Is that what you want to kill them?
I want to murder them.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that, man. All right, buddy?
If there are any hitmen listening to your podcast, tell them to get in contact with me.
Okay. Very good. Well, Happy New Year.
Right,
Happy New Year.
I love you, man.
I love you,
Happy
too.
New Year.
There you go. LMNO Podcast, Stu McAllister. You can check him out and listen to him do his thing. He's absolutely, seriously, he's a bright spot in the podcasting world. Absolutely awesome. Man, hang on. So he gets 30 days. How about that? The show is available on Twitter. Not the show, but you can follow me on Twitter is what I'm trying to say. God, I'm an idiot. At Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. And YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Please follow me there. And subscribe to the channel. And what else? Subscribe to the channel. Oh, bell notification so you know if I ever go live. And that is brought to you by Frank the Tank Fuss, the licensed independent insurance agent for you and for me. Update on my brother. A little bit of background here. And I don't care what you believe. This is about me and only me. So I'm not here to argue with you. I would, but I'm not going to do that right now. When it comes to Mike, regular Mike, his lovely wife, they have 3 kids. And every single person in that family, no vaccine. Watched my mother die. It was a horrible death. I didn't. My brother did. He stayed up. I give him all the credit in the world because Mom was dying and the Zoom was on her. Okay, imagine that. It sounds horrible. And I actually said, well, I'm going to bed, which is true. I did. I said, yeah, I don't want to see this. I'm going to bed. And then I just laid there awake. I should have just stayed up, but my dear brother Jim watched my sweet mother breathe her last. Beep. It went, okay, good. That's it. Awful. Horrible way to go. Took a long time, but that did happen. Her lungs were just ruined by COVID, and so that's that. So when we hear, hey, I'm not going to get the vaccine, we're like, well, okay, that's fucking terrible. What the fuck is wrong with you? He gets pissed at us. Now, Mike, as I said, is 63 years old. He's got comorbidities. COVID is just like, I can't wait to get after this one, man. I can't wait to continue to destroy this family. Yes. So, Christmas Day, Mike's got COVID. Oh, my God. Fuck. And, like I've indicated, it's a crapshoot because you can have COVID and you can be beating it or whatever. And I'm coming out of it. And all of a sudden you have a stroke. Happens all the time. My neighbor just had that happen. Leonard, he's dead. And Mike's not that much younger than him. I go, fuck. So my brother and I bend the ear of my nephew. And we're like getting information from him about it. And then I said, hey, you might want to, when you have your next family meeting during this, suggest that he gets to a hospital. They did get him to the hospital, as I indicated the other day, and they're very happy that they did. Okay, so there's that. So we kind of have an in now. So the goal here is for World Book Jim and I to lean on my nephew about this. I wrote, I'm glad Mike is doing well. This worried me. I'm overstepping my bounds here, but I don't care. You got to get your damn shot if you don't already have it. He got lucky on this one, and we're counting on you to impress upon them and him to get his shot. He gets pissed at us, but you're his son, so hopefully he'll listen to you. Carry on. Our family has all been undecided. Then he says, but after this, my mom already is talking about doing it. I said, that is excellent. I pray you all get it. My brother says, there's nothing to decide. People with the vaccine don't die. Some get pretty sick, very few. But most don't die, or they're hospitalized. Hundreds of millions of people have gotten it worldwide. If you have questions, ask your doctor. Can you imagine if they ask their doctor and they go, oh, yeah, don't get it? Jim was nicer. I wrote, I am going to be so pissed if one of you dies, as I've indicated on the show. I wrote, I'll probably even put a hand grenade in your coffin and close the lid, and then I'm going to burn your fucking house down. So he's back home. And he's going to make it. Kyle says, yeah, when the paramedics came, because the paramedics did come, and then they left early on in this. They just said rest and fluids. And yet, then my brother said, yeah, but the situation changed. He needed more. It's good that you took him to the hospital. And Kyle says, yes. And then I said, Jim is right. COVID's a crapshoot. Had he stayed home dehydrated, God knows what would have happened with his body in distress. My nephew says, yeah, he wasn't getting any better 8 days into it. Well, he lives. Thank God. Holy shit. Yeah, we can't wait for 2021 to get here. Things are going to turn around. Oh, my God. No. But in all seriousness, give yourself a fighting chance. Get yourself vaccinated. If you do happen to get this, you have just a remarkably strong chance of literally nothing more than sniffles and a headache, for God's sake. So get after it. An update on Rusty the dog. Okay. First of all, I need to share this screen with you so you can see this fantastic pooch. Oh, no. I don't know if I'll be able to see it here. Hang on. Facebook's kind of wonky. Oh, no, I think I can. Give me a second. I'm always struggling with this. Window capture. And I need Chrome. Is that right? I'm fucking this up. Main plus video. Patience. Aha. I think I got it. I think I got what I want. Okay. Seriously. This dog, who is up for adoption, he's in the home of a foster family right there. It looks like Tatum. You know, the dog that not sexy voice. I go again. Andrea Amanda. Amanda loves that dog, Tatum. This dog looks just like Tatum. Okay? Check him out. Look at this. He is 2.5 years old. The only catch on this dog is he wants to be alone. so that he can get all this type of attention. Here he is opening freaking Christmas gifts. Spectacular. Look at him. That is Tatum. Okay? And for some reason, he has been last dog in the shelter. No one knows why, but I had a listener reach out and say, and I talked about this yesterday, I want that dog. But he didn't read the part where it said he needs to be the only dog in the household. This dude was willing to come here from Maine to get this dog. This is video of him. Check him out. Look at him. It's a little bit grainy video, but you get the idea. He's opening a Christmas present. Look at.
Ooh, you getting your gingerbreads out? Oh, are they attached?
Oh, my God.
Well, maybe those two need to come unattached.
Hey, look, he's got a little white fur on the tips of his paws.
There's one more in there.
Okay. He's about 52 pounds, and I have made it a goal to find a home for Rusty. Seriously. It has been over 400 days that he has been in the shelter. And if you want more information, this is what you need to do. You need to contact the Kent County Animal Shelter for more information on Rusty. He needs a forever home, no other dogs. He does great with kids, but not real little kids. Not when I say he does great, I don't mean that if you have a real young kid, he's going to go bite their throat and rip it out. I'm just saying that this is what the ideal scenario would be for this dog. So I seriously, if you're asking yourself, well, maybe, but I don't know, would you just fucking pull the trigger for once in your life? I mean, that's what I do all the time. I have 4 dogs. I almost said 5. That's a omen. And I couldn't be happier. You can handle one dog. Some of you may have just had a puppy or a dog that went onto the Rainbow Bridge. This loving dog is going to fill in the void that was left. What are you doing? Would you go adopt Rusty now? Holy crap. I got to get a hold of my friend Tanel to talk about this. Tanel runs the Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance. She is an absolute dynamo. And you know what she does on the side? She plays / participates in, acts in roller derby. That's right. What are they called? The Grand Rapids Raggedy Ann dolls or something like that. She's a roller derby star. She skates around on the track and kicks chicks' asses. I'm gonna bring her in a second, hopefully. The open of the show, though, first of all, before I get to that, I have Patreon. Patreon is a way for you to support the show and get tons more content. Side note, Ben and Eric being postponed again this week because of schedule conflicts. I got a hockey game Friday night. Ben has a Christmas party with extended family on Saturday. Tonight, he's doing something with Brett, so we're screwed. We'll get back to it next week. Holidays settling down. My apologies. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. $5 or $10 a month. Sign up. You're helping the show grow. You're helping feed the dogs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you've helped out in the past or you continue to, thank you. I appreciate that. Excuse me. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Damn it. Call if you need a mortgage. 231-332-6505. Anywhere in the U.S., with the exception of South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii. When you get a hold of them or you leave a message or you're just to start off by saying, I am a listener of the Eric Zane Show podcast. That's important that he knows that. So please let him know that as soon as possible after you start talking to him. That's not going to change your service. I just want to make sure you don't forget that. NMLS number 3035. If your credit is awesome, this will be an easy process. If it's in the dumper, which does happen, Mario can handle it. Him and his staff can make sure that every stone is turned over to make sure that you have an opportunity at the American dream, owning a home, okay? 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. A&E Heating and Cooling. It is definitely a thing where you need to reach out to these folks twice a year and schedule a visit. tune up the furnace, tune up the air conditioner. When you tune up the furnace, Joe Martinez and his crew are getting a great look at the inner workings of what is keeping your home warm in the winter months. And they can actually say, this is still efficient enough that it's fine, but you've got about 2 years and then this thing needs to be changed out. That's like legit. They can predict when it's going to go, so you can prepare yourself. $79 for a furnace tune-up. If you need an after-hours service call, you can also reach out, 616-516-8579. 616-516-8579. All right, let's see if I can get lucky again and get somebody here on the phone. Tanel is part of the great support team.
Hello.
Hi, Tanel. It's Eric, and I'm on the podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Sorry to bother you like this and just put you on the spot, but sometimes I do that on the show.
Oh, that's fun.
And I'm talking about Rusty. I was excited this week because I had a suitor who was very interested in Rusty. In fact, this person was going to drive from another state to get him. He was that interested. Aww. But he has another dog, so that's probably not the best plan for Rusty, correct?
No, it is not, unfortunately.
I just watched the video on the show of him, Tanel, and I mean, have you seen that viral dog called Tatum?
Yes.
Okay.
We often compare Rusty to him. I believe is that the one with the overbite as well.
Yes, and he's got and the owner does a silly voice of him.
Yes.
Okay, he looks just like him.
He does. He's a bit bigger though, and we believe he's part Vizsla. We're not 100% sure. We did kind of pull together as volunteers and chip in to get a canine DNA test. So we're kind of waiting on the results of that. And we're hoping to do something fun with that on Facebook to help promote him as well.
Wait, I didn't understand. I didn't, what, he's part what?
Vizsla.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they're, I know I'm a dog person, but I don't know the exact background of the Vizsla dog, but
okay.
it is a recognized breed by the AKC. And they have that red coat and that more elongated muzzle and the flat, floppy ears, thinner dog. But we think that's what he is part of, but we're not 100% sure because DNA is a very funny thing in dogs.
Sure. So he's 2.5, and of those years, more than 400 has been last dog in the kennel, correct?
Yes. He is our longest stay dog at the Kent County Animal Shelter. He has a team of volunteers just dedicated to him and maintaining him. I think I've talked to you before about the shelter environment. As hard as we try to take the stress level down on these dogs, it's just not a natural environment for dogs to live in, and they start to develop behaviors after so much time in there, or some dogs come in and after 3 days, it's just they don't do kennels and they have a really rough time.
Well, yeah.
So we're really working on maintaining Rusty so we can save him.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are dogs that, unfortunately, and this is true in all sheltering throughout the United States, that if they're not maintained in a proper way and just kind of put in, they go cage crazy and they can get to a point where they can't come back. They develop behaviors that are dangerous to themselves or others. And fortunately, we have an amazing team that has just circled around Rusty, and he goes on day trips. He goes on weekend fosters. He was with Rachel all week this week. We all come in and hang out with him. He has his own space because he is quite stressed when he's around too many dogs in the kennel. I understand.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I'll just come out and ask you. Are you suggesting that if he continues, if he develops what you just suggested, he's going to be put down?
I can't come out and say that like right off the bat. You know, that it would be, you know, if he developed behaviors that would, you know, like, so when we see dogs starting to spin in a kennel, right? They've been in a kennel situation in their shelter too long and they start to spin, or they start to do repetitive behaviors, or they stare, or they start to drool. And I mean, there's a lot of precursors to this. So you have to look at the whole dog and the whole situation and what they're doing.
Sounds like some of the Zaniacs.
But, in my experience in animal sheltering, and this is being completely forthcoming and honest, and, I think the community should understand this, is that we do everything we can, but at some point it's inhumane to leave an animal in that situation because they're scared of the world. The world has become too big for them, and that's all they know. And animals can suffer mentally just like humans can. And I think that's a part that a lot of people don't understand.
Yep.
And so, when it comes to that point, fortunately, I don't see that right now with Rusty, just because we have been doing an amazing job surrounding him.
Correct.
But it still is not the same as a home environment. So, for instance, Rachel's giving us really awesome updates on Rusty because she went and got some pet cubes. And one of his things is he does have some anxiety. So he has a hard time being left alone in the house. So Rachel has another dog who's also a no-dog dog.
Okay.
But he's upstairs, and then she has a finished basement. So when Rusty comes to stay, he's downstairs. So her and her husband, Jeff, take turns being with Rusty and her dog, Apollo. It's really amazing of them because I know it's a lot of work. I actually live in a split dog household, too. So I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
But she's been doing pet cubes. So day one, she left them for 2 hours, gradually leaving him alone. And he did great. He took a nap. He slept. He kind of stared at the door when she left. Did awesome. And yesterday she was able to leave him for 4 hours. So we think, once he can get in, and he's been going to Rachel's for a year now on weekends and extended stays. So he's very comfortable with Rachel and Jeff and in their home. And he has a routine there, which is what he needs. So once he gets into that right home and he has the ability to have a routine and be with people and be comfortable, we do think over time he'll be fine to be, left alone and not, we've seen dogs who have such severe separation anxiety, they'll bust out of windows.
Yes. Holy crap.
So, yeah. So that's really, really good news. And we're all extremely excited to hear that. Yesterday he did a whole 4 hours without Rachel, didn't get into anything, so that's that's helping our boy immensely.
So do they contact the Kent County Animal Shelter directly?
Yes. So they would have to contact the Kent County Animal Shelter. You can call or email for any specific questions. I'm a volunteer there, and and I've been there a couple of years, and I'm part of Rusty's team. So, but I, and I also have Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance as one of my organizations, or the only one. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And we promote. So we do a lot of cross promoting of dogs, especially Kent County Animal Shelter dogs, because we're kind of like the unofficial friends of, per se.
Yes.
But we cannot, because he's not in my care. He is in the shelter's care. And I know a lot of people get frustrated and they want to ask all these questions on a Facebook thread. And it's like, he deserves more than me answering comments in a Facebook thread. He deserves a conversation so people can understand the true, who he is. Plus, he's not in my care per se. So legally, the Kent County Animal Shelter has to answer those questions. And they're more than happy to answer and set up a meeting and things like that.
Okay. The Kent County Animal Shelter is at 616-632-7300. And I've thrown out, hey, I need your help audience to whatever for the great food giveaway. But that's what this is. We actually need one amazing soul, just one person, one family, whatever it is, to at least call and get a little bit more information. And that I'm telling you, when you guys told me at the Great Food Giveaway that he still does not have a home, I was like, oh my God. And I told you, I go, we have got to get this done. We're going to really focus on this.
And, he's a great, happy, fun, smart little dog. I've been in animal sheltering for about 8 or 9 years.
Right.
And I work with more difficult dogs. He is not, compared to some of the dogs I've worked with and my own personal dogs, he's not that hard.
Right.
I think a lot of times people get drawn away right when they hear, only dog, you know, and I get it. So, you know, people have pets or they want to get pets in the future, but trust me, if you have Rusty, he's all you need.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's a great dog. I think people make the assumption that he's dog aggressive, or any dog that has to be an only dog is dog aggressive. And it's not that at all. He has such anxiety when other dogs are too close within his threshold.
Yep.
And he wants them to go away. My own dog, Vinny, is the same way. He wants other dogs to get away from him because he has a fear-based reactivity response. So Rusty's is a little bit different. You know, he also does. So he's a great dog. He needs that person. He needs that time. Like a coalition of us have been doing that for him. But if we could get him in a home, and here's the thing, whoever adopts Rusty, he gets a whole team.
Yep.
Like Rachel's there to babysit him. We have Dr. Dan, who's been very dedicated to him for a year, who will come take him for walks and day trips. Liz will come take him for walks and day trips. I can help with some behavior related, things.
Yes.
Plus the Kent County Animal Shelter has their own behavior team, but we all come with to help set this dog up for absolute success because he means that much to us.
Right.
And he deserves it. So, I just, and if somebody is not willing, you're not willing per se, but not ready to adopt, but can foster, he's also available for long-term fostering.
Nice. And that can help too.
That would be a huge help because foster families help save so many dogs, and we need them so bad at the Kent County Animal Shelter. And if we could get Rusty in a foster, and then he has his team with him to keep working with him, until we can get him, he would just do so much better in a home environment, than he does in a shelter environment.
Well, Tanel, I wish you nothing but the best over there. I'll keep you posted, and if anybody hears this, if you missed any of the info, the audience can always just email me, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I will put you in touch. So, okay.
Thank you so much, Eric. You're awesome.
The pleasure is mine. You guys are the best, okay?
You have a good one.
You too, Tanel. See ya. There you go. Tanel from Grand Rapids Pitbull Alliance. Trying to find a home for Rusty the dog. Oh, my God. I tell you, man. This has got to happen. Just got to happen. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to introduce to you the multi-talented. Here he goes. Let's bring him in right now. He is Kyle from Dumpster Divers. Hi, Kyle.
Hello.
Good to see you again. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You as well, Eric Zane. How's everything going right now?
Everything is fantastic. Do you have a dog?
Oh, yeah. 2 of them.
Okay, I'm trying to give away this dog. This one dog needs a home.
Yeah, the funny thing, I was listening to what she was saying. Our dogs are the same type of dog that she was talking about. These dogs don't get along with any other dogs, for sure.
Yeah. How about with each other? Do they get along with each other?
Yeah, they're like real weird with each other. So one is, hold on, let me remember this. A Lasso Ipso or something.
I've heard of that.
It's like a tiny little bastard dog, right? And then the other one is like a mix of like an Australian Shepherd. And so like one's bigger, one's all tiny and like weird. Like they're always like going after each other, like licking each other's faces and junk. And so they get along real well and do like a bunch of gay stuff, which is fine. But yeah, when other dogs come around, no sir, dude, they attack viciously. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
They're overall sweethearts. I don't get it. Like they're just like, get the fuck out of here.
I know it. Wouldn't that be great if we could do that? If we could just like, as humans, we go to Meijer and just a passing glance, you just bite a guy's throat because he looks like an asshole.
That would be hilarious. I love that.
Did you have a good Christmas, buddy? We haven't talked since Christmas.
Yeah, it was strange. Blue's family, they all got sick. So all the plans kind of went to the wayside. And so me and Blue just kind of chilled at the house with Jameson. And Did our gifts and all that kind of stuff. But it was nice. It was very chill. Me and Emilio had both Friday and Saturday off. Friday and Saturday off. So it was nice, just sleeping, just not doing nothing. It was nice.
Being a small business like you have with, I'm guessing 2 employees, correct?
Yep.
Do you ever feel guilty to take a day off?
No, not at all.
I have a horrible time with that. I think I've become almost too much work. And what I do is not, I hate calling it work, but it is what I do to live, But I find now that I don't do anything that is in any way leisurely. Outside of outside of going to work out. I'll go and work out. I take it back. I went to Bosco's Pub with the crew the other day, and that was enjoyable. But I find myself, I think I'm in a precarious spot where I could become, all work and no play.
Yeah, don't do that. There's a whole movie called The Shining that's about that.
I'm glad that you get that you know that, because that's almost like before your time.
Oh, it certainly is. I'm telling you, dude, my life's strange. It's an amalgamation of me where I currently live, and then all of my interests and things I like being from before when I was born.
And I can totally relate to that. I'm supposed to work on this basement because that's been an ongoing thread. It's been years since I finished this basement. My wife wants it done. And so Aram writes anything to not have to work on the basement. So these sick bastards will take pot shots at me. And all I'm trying to do, the only thing I'm motivated by, I'll be perfectly honest with you, is fear. Why I work so many hours in this room is I'm just scared to death I'm not doing enough to keep what I do going. That's it.
Yeah, I get that.
And then they say I'm being lazy. I'm like, I'm not being lazy. I'm working harder than any of you jackasses.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, we're just different industries for sure. Because you're the content's got to be out there for sure. Like for me, it's like if nobody's gonna get a dumpster, then nobody's gonna get a dumpster. You know what I mean?
Exactly. All these assholes go to their jobs with their 401ks and their bosses, and they work for the fucking man. Holy shit. Come on.
I'm telling you, one of these days, somebody who has some clout in the TV world, they're going to be watching this randomly one time at Thursday at 9 a.m. and they're going to be like, I like these two. Let's fucking get them on the TV, pay them a couple mil each, and we'll fucking do this thing. So I'm waiting for that to happen, dude.
Fair enough. Okay, so New Year's Eve, you're going to go out to a super spreader event? It's COVID's hotter than ever, or you're just going to stay home?
We're probably going to go over to Blue's parents' house and do Christmas. What we were supposed to do, we'll probably do it on New Year's Eve, because we were like Blue was sick, of course, and then so everybody was looking up all the COVID restrictions and stuff. So they were like, all right, you gotta quarantine or whatever. But then, oh hey kitties.
Oh hello. Oh dear. Oh my God. Is that yours or Emilio's?
This is Emilio's, but this one fucking loves me, dude.
Hold his face up. Right.
Oh, he's bearing it. He heard you.
Oh, that's okay. Hello.
It used to be hard to find the exact auto parts you needed, and that meant spending a lot of time at swap meets. It's a different game now when you can order exactly what you need from eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts, so you can always find the right fitment. Spend less time searching and more time building with the eBay Motors app, or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Becoming a magician takes thousands of hours, right, Ashley?
Oh, I'm not a magician. I'm a design specialist at the Container Store.
But you transform closets and pantries.
Well, I turn your most frustrating spaces into ones you love.
With a magic wand?
With Alpha, our customizable, adjustable, and affordable shelving and drawer system.
The amazing Ashley, making daily frustration disappear.
Just doing my job.
Transform your space with Alpha and save 20% on purchases over $500. Get started with your free design at the Container Store today.
What's his name?
The kitty. Oh fuck. I don't know what this cat's name is. I just love it.
That is so great. I love cats so much, man. I love cats. Anyway.
I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah. Yeah, so then like the CDC was all like, yeah, 10 days, whatever, just do 5 days or whatever. So who knows what the fuck's going on. But yeah, we'll probably go over there and fucking have a nice little Christmas.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, it's 500,000 people diagnosed yesterday. This was the post I saw from this person I used to know, who I can't stand now because of stupid shit like this. Which question? Has anybody ever outed themselves on Facebook for being a dumb fuck about this, and then you don't like them? Have you ever done? Have you done that yet?
No, because I'm different. I don't like hold stuff against people. I feel bad for people a lot of the time. So like some people will like say stuff or whatever, and well, let me back that up. I went to school for like advertising, journalism, media, that type of shit. So like I know a lot of things, or I have learned a lot of things that a lot of people haven't, I guess you'd say. And so whenever it comes to like people having opinions or people, like staunch in their beliefs, I'm just like, whatever, that's okay.
Oh man,
everybody's so segmented these days that you can't really hold it against them.
I get so angry. It's unbelievable. I actually want to put my hands on them and hurt them whenever it happens.
Give them the old Zane special.
Oh God, I'm so violent. It's terrible. It's absolutely debilitating. Holy shit. Kyle, what's top of mind on your list of things to talk about?
So on my list here, I'm struggling because I wrote down to talk about. I wrote The Night Before,
and you don't know what it means. You don't know. You don't. I do that all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? It says here, Matt Dog Pile Cow. What the fuck is that?
Wait, what?
That's like, I'll like make random notes and I don't know what they mean.
Oh yeah. I know. And I'm sure it was funny too. Cause if something's funny to me, I write it down, but I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yep. Is that all?
But I will talk about this. Last time we were talking about eggnog, before the old Christmas. So this is the thing, right? Here's the thing, Eric Zane. I go to the freaking store and they're out of eggnog, which whatever, you know what I mean? Like supply chain issues, we're real close to Christmas. And I know there's like a finite supply of eggnog because people don't make it year round or whatever. But in the spot where the eggnog's supposed to be, what do they have there instead? Fucking goat milk. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Goat milk? Who's drinking goat? If you drink goat milk and you're listening on the show, we can't be friends, dude. Goat milk?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all because is that supposed to have a similar taste to it?
I will never try it. I can't tell you. Goat milk? Gross.
What about almond milk? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I've had almond milk. If I do drink it, I drink the kind that's like the original kind that has like more sugar in it, I guess you'd say. I can't do like the unsweetened kind. It just tastes like weird. Weird.
If I'm not mistaken, I think, don't they just filter water through crushed almonds? Isn't that what's going on there? I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that.
I don't know. That seems reasonable. I mean, that's obviously better than like squishing juice out of almonds.
Yeah, because it
makes more sense.
The last I checked, there's no juice in an almond, and you can't get any milk from it. So, anybody who I guarantee you, there's people who think that there's juice in almonds.
Oh, for sure, they're out there.
What about, Terry says, what if you can't drink milk from a cow because you're intolerant?
You know, here's the funny thing is Blue is most likely lactose intolerant. And if she does drink regular milk, she'll fucking, you know, like breastfeed Jameson or whatever. And then that motherfucker starts farting a bunch. It's hilarious.
So it's kind of like a chain reaction.
Yeah, it just goes right through to him. And I mean, he'll get pissed. He'll just like sit there. Here's the thing. I don't know if I talked about this before. Here's the thing about Jameson. He has an adult butt, meaning like if he farts, you can't tell if it was him or Blue or me. You can't tell. His farts sound like they're at least 30 years old.
Oh, okay. So, you know, when you were younger, you'd have nice, tight, trumpet-like farts. And then as you get old, they get flappy. He has an old man flappy fart, is what you're suggesting?
No. These suckers are powerful, dude. These
okay.
Suckers are Mach 5.
Gotcha. You said earlier that your family, that there's sickness. Is it COVID in the family?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as far as we know, I mean, they took like a bunch of tests, and then eventually one came back positive. So.
Oh, boy. Okay. Anything else, Kyle, that's burning on your brain other than things you can't figure out what the hell you were writing down?
Right. I was going to say this. I did forget to do exactly what I said I was going to do, which is draw out my brakes idea for brakes, or the lack of brakes on cars. So I fucked that up. I will do that for next week. So that's my bad. But I was going to tell you guys just about my overall. Here's how my week's gone, right? So it starts out, here we are, like last week of the year. Now, dumpster divers, we're doing well, right? Last year we did like $13,000 in December of sales, right? This year probably going to do like 30 or somewhere around like 30.
Hey.
Just sick. But so here we are, like last week of the year, we're like from last week we're like riding high. We're like, hell yeah, dude, we're booking dumpsters, we're doing junk, everything's good, right? So anyways, Monday morning I get up just tired, right? Like I was just like tired from that long weekend, and like my body was like used to sleep.
Yep.
So here's what I do. I get up and I'm like loopy, like I'm not paying attention. I go to take my apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
I'm zoned the fuck out, right? So when I take it, I don't drink it like a shot, like you're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like I don't drink it like to not taste it, right? I just drink it like it's a fucking water bottle. You can hear it in my throat. It scorched the fuck out of me, dude. So Monday morning, first thing, I'm like, I wake up, I'm all tired, I get that drink, and then my throat becomes like the Sahara Desert with knives in it. So that was stupid. I wish I didn't do that. Then I get here to work, and Emilio, so he started the trucks, and so our second truck, which is a diesel truck, they're very like finicky or whatever. So I get here and the truck's off. And he was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I started the truck. It was on. He's like, then it turned itself off. But not like it died. Like it just turned itself off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, we had to bring that fucker in. But also at the same time, one of the back tires just decided to pop off too. So we had to fix the tire. And then get that truck towed into a, whatever you call it, like a shop to get that fixed. So that was like a crazy ass start to the week. Then, what was that, like 2 days ago? I finally convinced Blue to do a nasal rinse because she was like, I can't smell nothing. And I'm like, do a nasal rinse. But we fucked up. So if you do a nasal rinse, you're supposed to do the nasal rinse and then sit upright for like a while so it can like drain. It can like drain properly. But we fucked up. So we did the nasal rinses and then immediately fell asleep. So I wake up the next morning, all that fucking phlegm or the stuff that you like trickles out of the nose is now in my throat, which is already fucking scorched from the apple cider vinegar.
Oh dear God!
So it's been a fucking crazy week.
Well, you know, and you sit there and you tout to me all this goodness of apple cider vinegar. That doesn't sound that great. I think you're full of shit about your apple cider vinegar.
You gotta do it a certain way.
I'm not. No.
Like you're taking a tequila shot. Like you gotta do it like you can't taste it, right?
Oh, you dick! I'm not doing that shit. You're fucking crazy. That stuff's supposed to be used for something else. Whoever the asshole was that says drink that shit is dumb like you.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, in my world, like, you could never really know something. So yeah, it's possible.
Hey, did you see Tim Boyle throw that interception at the 1 yard line last week?
Dude, that was like a good game. And I was like, I don't need the Lions to win, so no big deal. But like, I was like, all right, like, looking pretty good. And then I was like, fucking Tim Boyle. I was happy for him to throw his first touchdown pass, so that was cool. But then I was like, yeah, when you watch the replay, you're just like, yeah, this dude, he shouldn't be playing. The funny part was, I read this article before the Cleveland game when he was getting his first start, and he was like, yeah, you know, like, I didn't do good in college, and like, I never really thought I'd make the NFL. And,
yeah, he's you know.
Like, whatever. And then so I'm like, that play particular at the end of the Falcons game, I was like, that's what he's talking about.
Right. Yes. He has no confidence. He has no confidence. He needs to start. He should have been walking out there and told the ref to suck his dick or something like that, or, you know, just been really bold with it. And, you know, maybe the discount double check or some shit. Instead, you know, he has a horrible attitude about himself.
Yeah. But I'm like, if he would have thrown the touch right there, I would have been chill about it.
Yeah.
But the pick was not good.
All right. I got you down for amalgamation.
That's a good one. That's a new one for me. I don't think I've ever said that.
And throw the touch. Throw the touch. You just said it.
Throw the touch.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Happy New Year to you. 2021 was just as shitty as 2020. So let's hope that 2022 is not as shitty, but it probably will be as shitty. We're all going to die.
Yeah, most likely. Well, I know that. We all know that for sure. Like, that's the only thing
this year. We're all dead this year. We're counting down the days. Okay, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. I'll check you later.
Talk to you. All right, there you go. The one and only Kyle from Dumpster Divers. Love him as always. Yeah. Shit, yeah. Dude is funny. I love him so much. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Hey, I want to help your business. That's what I want to do. I want to help your business. I've got room for you if you have a business on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Drop me a line, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I can tell you how it works. Okay? No problem at all. Just like the businesses at Full House Comedy, if you want to go see a comedy show, even at a bowling alley, we've got plenty of venues for you. Rockford Lanes, Spectrum Lanes, Back Alley Comedy Club in Muskegon, Froenthal Theater, Park Theater, Billy's Lounge, not to mention the Listening Room and Howard City Lanes. Okay, Big Dick Donnie Veltman, he is putting a number of great comedy shows into the community, and you definitely want to check it out. In fact, if you go to fullhousecomedy.com, there is a full slate of events. You got the New Year's Eve bowling bash going on tomorrow at Howard City Lanes. You got Michael Winslow January 6th and 7th at the Froenthal Center and the Park Theater. And then Christopher Titus January 7th and 8th. Tickets for these shows and all the shows at fullhousecomedy.com, including Tony Hinchcliffe, April Macy, Dustin Sims, Vic DiBattista, Rob Little, Brad Williams. Who else is what's the guy's name? Bald dude. Did he cancel? Fuck, I don't know. Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly on February 17th. That'll be fantastic. 2 shows at the Park Theater. There you go. fullhousecomedy.com. Stand by. All right. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. As promised, Megan, I got you your sign here on the live stream. Awesome. There you go. Brand new logo. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. If you need anything at all, any type of repair work done on your vehicle, this is who you need to call. Queen of the Forest just threw in a call yesterday. She calls me up. She says, hey, we got problems with my car. And I go, cool. I mean, she goes, what do you mean cool? I go, well, I mean, it's a good thing that we've got like a person who takes care of that. Okay. Time out. Jesse writes, I'm starting a business soon that will serve customers across the U.S., so it's probably a web-based business. Maybe I will get a ghetto sign. Well, Irvine's gets the in-studio sign because they've really paid a ton of cash. You're really going to have to bring the heat if you want an actual in-studio sign. Otherwise, you're going to be on the revolving, revolving door of sponsors that show up right here in this spot. You can pay for that, too. Hey, send me an email, Jesse, eric@ericzaneshow.com. It won't cost you anything to find out how this works. You get the details now so that when you're ready, you hit the ground running, you know? Where was I? Queen of the Forest. Okay, yeah, there's a problem with my car. Well, what's the matter with it? I need an oil change, and when I turn on the heat, it doesn't blow heat. I go, well, what do you want? What are you telling me for? She says, you got to call Irvine's. I said, why would I? I'm laying in bed. I'm taking a nap. Why would I call Irvine's? Why? I go, why? You know, I mean, who these people are. They're wonderful people. No, you do it. I go, I'm not doing it. I worked all day and now I'm resting. That's not work. I go, it is too work. You sit there and talk to a fucking camera for 2.5 hours every day. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I have to be at the tip top of my mental game every single day. You know? If I'm not, I sound like a dipshit. So, no, there's absolutely something fatiguing about it. Let's switch jobs. I'll sleep all day like you're doing, and you come in here and do the show. Let's see how that works out. We actually should try that. I go, no, seriously, you're on vacation. You're not even working right now. You call them. Next thing I know, I get an email that says, okay, it's from Irvine's because I'm the contact. You're booked. Drop the car off this day. You're getting an oil change. You're getting a HVAC checkup or some shit like that. Whatever. They'll take care of it. If you are in West Michigan, reach out to my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, 616-532-6600. Irvines.com, ervines.com. Sarah Honda Granville, thank you to Thad Bond and Cameron over there at Sarah Honda Granville for continuing to support the show. Signing up for another quarter of marketing. Okay, the way they're doing this now is they're saying, get your custom car at Sarah Honda Granville. That's code for, you pick out what you want, and then it arrives after it's built. They're in a little. This is how they've adapted their business plan at Sarah Honda Granville, because we have, I guess, some type of oddball thing happening with silicone in the U.S. The actual chips. So the new cars are trickling in as opposed to massive inventory showing up. You still get a brand new car. It's just going to take a little bit more finessing. SarahHondaGranville.com. Shop online, SERRA, SarahHondaGranville.com. Or just go in, say hi, tell them what you want, tell them where you heard about them on this show, and shop. You can also search the marvelous inventory of certified pre-owned and used cars, if that's your thing. SarahHondaGranville.com. I've purchased 2 Honda Odysseys, 2 Accords, and a Civic Hybrid. I've purchased 5 cars from these people. I will always buy cars from Sarah Honda Granville, and you should too. I have so much more fun to get to, but I got to go tinkle. I can't even concentrate. Stand by. Enjoy this brief musical interlude. Calfade. Jesse says the business is a software company. Just one mobile and web app for now. The app is for streamlining, invoicing, and payments. Well, hell, I might have need for that. Because the way I do it is like fucking Stone Age. When are you going to play the Naked Gun pissing soundtrack? That's a good idea. You know why I haven't done that? It's because I've forgotten. I got to do that. You're right, Dean. You're right, Dean. It's something no one ever says. I load it up into the sound machine, my little soundboard here, and then I could just hit it while I go tinkle. I just got to get the audio. That's it. That's all I got to do. We're supposed to get hammered with some snow tomorrow. Sorry. It just popped into my brain because not tomorrow, Saturday. The Duchess says you need an assistant. You're not kidding. I've been thinking about that more and more. But, we make just enough in the podcast to survive. I should just have the Queen of the Forest do it, That's your job. You can join me here. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay. I have some real stupidity here involving cancellation. And I have audio to share with you. Audio and video. Okay. This is... It's two ridiculous stories about sports cancellation. Well, cancellation that happened to be during sporting events. Basketball game between the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. There's a player for the Nuggets named Austin Rivers. Two players are pissed off because the announcers for the Golden State Warriors, Kalena Azubwike is one guy. He's the color commentator. And then the play-by-play guy is doesn't really Bob Fitzgerald. So Bob Fitzgerald and Kalena Azubwike are the announcers for the TV broadcast for the Golden State Warriors. The guy with the funny name, Azubwike, used to play in the NBA. So they got him in there to provide expertise. Well, it's Homer announcing whatever. And Austin Rivers is at the foul line. Austin Rivers is the son of former NBA player, NBA coach. I don't even know if he's still a coach. He might be. Doc Rivers. Austin Rivers at one time played basketball for his dad as coach of some team in the NBA. So that's what this is a focus of. That's what they're focusing on right here. Austin Rivers at the foul line.
Got a big contract extension when, his dad was the coach. It seemed to work out all right. You saying there's some nepotism? I'm just saying, if you're going to give the money, might as well give it to your kid. Makes sense. He's had to step in, and obviously without Jamal Murray, without some of their main scorers, Michael Porter Jr., need other guys to come in and at least be consistent. And he's hit some big shots for him.
Okay, now that was lighthearted there. Austin Rivers gets picked on by these guys, Bob Fitzgerald and guy with a funny name. And it was laughy. And then guy with funny name, Azubwike, he then kind of brings it back with, he's hit some big shots for him. And this was not a big deal in my opinion. This was all just silly ball busting.
Got a big contract extension when, his dad was the coach. It seemed to work out all right. You saying there's some nepotism? I'm just saying, if you're going to give the money, might as well give it to your kid. Makes sense. He's had to step in and obviously...
Okay. So that's one that's turned out to be an issue. We'll hear from Austin Rivers, the guy they're talking about, in a second. Same game. This guy right here, you see in the image, he's from Argentina. What the hell is his name again? Fucking doesn't even matter. Something Campazzo. He's got a crazy first name too. He's from Argentina, and these same two are making a commentary because Campazzo just got called for a foul, and the dude can't believe it. All right? So they're making fun of him over that.
Campazzo likes to get scrappy and then look aggrieved all the time.
See, this is how you lose your credibility. He could not believe they called that on him. That was clearly a foul.
Well,
he instigated it. He got up under Andre.
What's the main sport in Argentina?
Soccer. That's what I was thinking. He looked like a soccer player there. How could you call this? I was wronged. Terrible. He came up under Andre. That was clearly a foul. I was surprised.
Okay, so he got... That was hilarious, by the way. His impression of him made me laugh. How can you call this?
What's the main sport in Argentina?
Soccer. That's what I was thinking. He looked like a soccer player there. How can you call this? I was wronged. Terrible. He came up under Andre. That was clearly a foul. I was surprised he didn't fall over.
Okay, so if there wasn't drama surrounding this, I wouldn't have thought there was any problem here whatsoever. But this is the day of cancel woke assholism. Oh, my God. All right? The amount of backlash. Okay, first of all, Austin Rivers, this soft fuck who we saw at the foul line, he is responding. And I think it was Darren McCarty who said, when these things happen in sports, when people, it just shows how weak you are when you lose your shit, okay? He talked about when he was winning 4 Stanley Cups, that every day there would be something horrific being said about them at that time. And, holy fuck. If anybody responded the way Austin Rivers did, the rest of the team would beat the shit out of him for becoming a distraction. You know? Austin Rivers is not happy with comments. Blah, 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 blah. Bob Fitzgerald, Kalena Azubuike targeted the Denver Nuggets guard Rivers and his teammates Facundo Campazzo during the Warriors-Nuggets game. While Rivers was at the free throw line in the second quarter, the two announcers spoke critically about Rivers' time with the LA Clippers under his father, Doc Rivers. And then they took the quote of what I played for you. And then this article mentioned about what happened with doing the impression of Campazzo. Rivers fired back right after the game, grabbed his phone. He writes, "Think this kind of funny, especially since it's coming from a guy who has never played a game of basketball in his life." He's referring to Fitzgerald. His comments on myself and Facu, Campazzo, were beyond disrespectful. I averaged 11 points per game and 12 points per game and 16 points per game off the bench for a loaded Clippers team while being a two-way player, yet he called me overpaid. What a pussy. Do you know how many guys in the league made more than me while not doing half as much? Rivers added, and still do now. But because my last name, it's an easy diss and a cop-out. For sure, I'm professional. What a twat. What a fucking bitch. Shut up, you fucking asshole. Ugh. And then the idea of what happened with, how is this? How can you call these? They are, this is the old, remember who's the baseball player that can hit it a mile and throw it 99,000 miles per hour? Showy Pokemon or something. What the fuck is his name? He plays for the Angels. He's like a giant. He's a pitcher and he's an everyday player. Didn't he just win some crazy award as the greatest baseball player ever or something like that? Son of a bitch. They call him Showtime. Showy Omi. Showy. Fuck. Anyway, one of you will get it. Help me out. Ohtani, son of a fuck. Shit. Jack Morris, remember? Was it Jack Morris who said, be very, very careful, or somebody did some type of Chinese accent or something like that, and everybody went crazy, and he was like banished? They want the same thing to happen to Kalena Azubuike. Now, there's some issues here. First of all, the guy he's making fun of, an Argentinian Spanish accent, I guess, whatever. European Spanish, who knows? That's okay. You can pull that off. And Campazzo's white, and Azubuike is black, so nothing's going to happen. Nobody gives a shit. You switch this around, and that would be a problem. And I'm not saying anything out of school or new here. That's just the way it is. But let's switch it around and suggest that he did do an impression of a black guy talking. Who gives a fuck? Jesus. How is it that we've lost so much comedy? You know, actual funny people have died over the years, and we've had that creativity taken. We can no longer do funny accents. And I hate that so much. My God. I mean, I still do them here. I always will. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing an impression of someone, but this person wrote, let's see. Well, this person wrote, y'all are too soft. My first language is Spanish. This didn't bother me one bit. People are getting mad at this. It was way too easy. Seriously, get a life. This person wrote, the Golden State Warriors broadcasters need to honestly be stopped. They need to be stopped. Ridiculous stuff. The sensitivity of people. People are so soft. What a bunch of pussies. I love that they did this. I encourage this type of behavior. Alex here writes, not a racist. This is not one of you. This is a comment on the thread. Not a racist joke to do an accent. And considering they are Warriors announcers, I'd be surprised if they cheered for the other team. Alex, another Alex says announcers should cheer for their team, but all they do is hate on the other team. So what? They never acknowledge the other team's players doing well or say good things about the other team. And might not be racist, but it's kind of offensive. I love unprofessional announcers. Who was it? Scott Farrell. Farrell on the bench. Shot, save, shot, score, middle shot. Farrell used to be color commentator for, I think it was the Atlanta Thrashers. I love that shit. This person writes, you obviously don't watch a Warriors broadcast because they constantly praise the other team when they play well and constantly saying good things about them, and it's not really offensive either. And who cares if it is? This person writes, Americans, shaking my head. The NBA is weaker than ever. Please don't compare it to the best sport in the world of football. What's soccer? Well, whatever. No, fuck soccer. Asshole. Is this really offensive in 2021? For fuck's sake. This person wrote, N-word with a soft A. I guess that's how you say it. How is that not offensive? This person thinks it's actually offensive and then uses the N-word at the start of it. They even made fun of his accent. So fucking what? I got a phone call yesterday from Jen Shi. She spells it H-S. And she is the immigrant from the great country of China. And Jen calls me from the UCLA kidney transplant team every 6 months. And I'll talk to her like for the next 10 years. Hello, Eric. Hi, Jen. How are you? Oh, very good, very good. It's time for your checkup. You got to go get blood work. Okay, excellent. I'll send you the work order. Thank you. Merry New Year. Love you. Bye-bye. See you, Jen. Love you, too. And the beautiful thing about Jen is she actually writes in an accent. I'm going to read it in my voice, but she writes accent. You can hear her accent through the written word. Hello, Eric. Sheila last day with us is today, and you will be reassigned to another coordinator if he has any question about your case. Sheila already placed order at Quest for you to complete your post labs at Quest. Please let us know if you have any question. Thank you. Regards, Jen. So there you go. So that's basically inviting you to read this exactly as it's written, which is, Sheila last day with us is today, and she will be reassigned to another coordinator if he has any question about your case. Sheila already placed order at Quest for you to complete your post labs at Quest. Please let us know if you have any question. Thank you. What the fuck is wrong with that? My God. No. Accents are coming back. Bring on the accents. Black guy. Hey, Eric Zane, what the fuck? There, I did it. So what? What are you going to do about it? Fuck you. Arc Flash 480. Shake it up, shake it up. I miss Pharrell's serious show. That dude was a madman. Scott Farrell is one of my favorite people on the planet. I remember listening to him on the some fucking now defunct Belly Up Sports Network. I'm like, what am I listening to? But shot, save, shot, put some mustard on it. Fucking degenerate gambler. I love Pharrell. I think he's still kicking today. All right. More weak-ass sports shit. Some sick fuck tried to cancel John Madden after he died. Holy shit. Now, I don't even know who this fucking idiot is. But after Madden died, some person who describes him or herself as an independent journalist who has 250,000 Twitter followers took a shot at John Madden. And now, okay, so this person wrote, everyone eulogizing Madden. How many concussions could we have prevented had he not turned brain injuries into a video game? Now, I'm not sure what that means. But the question, how many concussions could we have prevented had we not turned brain injuries into a video game? Zero. The suggestion there being, if we didn't have the video game, then less concussions would have taken place? Is that because when you get frustrated because the screen pass doesn't work, you throw the controller at the dumb fuck across the room from you? I'm not sure about that. That doesn't seem right. So I'm trying to figure out what this fucking idiot was getting at. All right. I guess suggested, according to this writing, that he was glamorizing brain injuries in his video game. The problem with this is, first of all, that's just a ridiculous thing to say. Okay. Second of all, Madden did the opposite. Always. He would actually, in the game, if a player was injured, they would, in the gameplay, they'd take him off the field. Hell, in the old game, the ambulance would come driving onto the field for Sega Genesis, hitting players. If anything, he should be in trouble for that, because the ambulance would fucking hit players and drive over them and shit. It was great. But to suggest that, I mean, even if John Madden, in the game, in his commentary, when somebody got their bell rung, said, oh, that's a concussion. He's a pussy if he doesn't stay in the game. Even if Madden did that, which he did not, that doesn't give people concussions, you fucking moron. That's like saying that the dumb shit who plays Call of Duty is then told to go fucking kill everybody at the elementary school. It's that type of stupidity. But Madden never did that, okay? Madden was always about making the game safer and young people not playing the game, tackling. In fact, John Madden is on the record as saying a 6-year-old should not have a helmet on and should not learn a tackling drill. There's no way, he says, that a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, they should not be tackling each other. Take the helmets off kids. He says that's inappropriate. They should be playing flag football where they can master techniques. Why do you have to start with a 6-year-old, which they do, playing tackle football at age 6, who was just potty trained, and put a helmet on that kid to tackle? I have no idea why they do that. Eventually, you'll get to tackling, but not now. He then explained in the game, sidelining players who received a concussion for the remainder of the game. And he did that on purpose because he wanted to show. So this fucking idiot that's making these comments, it couldn't be more wrong. Madden said concussions are such a big thing. It has to be a big thing in the video game, John Madden said in a telephone interview. This is years ago. It starts with young kids. They start in video games. So he's actually agreeing with them, saying, yeah, video games can make you get a concussion. That's why he did this. I don't believe that. But anyway, they start in video games. I think the osmosis is if you get a concussion, that's a serious thing and you shouldn't play, or leading with the head. That's what you want to eliminate. We want that message to be strong. So John Madden has been all about this for the longest time. Hell, there's even footage of John Madden when he was announcing football. This is from 1993, before anybody had an idea about CTE or anything like that. No one even knew about that. And in this game, Jim McMahon, who had like 8 million concussions, he just got his bell rung. He's sitting on the sideline playing for the Minnesota Vikings at the time. And this is how John Madden addressed that moment when it happened back then.
This drive started, they had them backed up. They got the penalty. They were playing out of their own end zone. But the Minnesota
Look at McMahon.
Vikings
He's all screwed up.
Good job going into the wind on this drive.
They really have.
And they just have to play to get into the fourth quarter now.
And they're still checking McMahon now. They'll measure.
Look at that turf. It's just painted concrete. My God. If your knee hits the ground, you get a concussion.
Yeah, I think if a guy has had a concussion or has a concussion, he shouldn't play anymore. I don't agree with that. I mean, they always talk about boxing, boxing being archaic, but if a fighter gets knocked out, he can't fight for another month. And sometimes in football, we say, oh, the guy has a slight concussion, he'll be right back in. I don't know that I ever agreed with that.
McMahon doesn't look comfortable with the way he feels. Second and short.
Unbelievable. So you see, there you go. I mean, there's a ton of proof that John Madden was actually way ahead of the game. I guess my point of all this is shut the fuck up. Who are these assholes? My God. So everybody's blowing up at this guy for taking a run at John Madden, and it couldn't have been more ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. Rest in peace to a legend, John Madden. In that clip, Jim McMahon, holy crap. The Duchess points it out. She says, he looks so banged up there. Oh, my God. God bless his heart. But please don't send him back in there. You ever see, like, the football player who's had one too many? And he's just like, holy shit. If anybody was ever really serious about, eliminating concussions in football, we just cancel football. We just wipe it out. But that's never going to happen. I mean, seriously. Come on. So that whole thing was stupid. John Madden against safe play. How dumb is that? All right. We have the asshole of the day in moments. My God. But don't forget about me on Cameo. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. I would love to do a cameo for you. And if you hire me, I'll feature it live on the show. Okay? I take real pride in my cameos. I don't make any money on them. It's just for fun. I price them as low as it can possibly be priced. $15. And then one day I turned around and it's suddenly $15.99. I think Cameo raised the price. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't price it at $15.99. I priced it at $15. I get a handful of nickels for every one of those, but I love doing them. So much fun. And there's nobody on Cameo better at it than I am. It's a full-on roast, making fun of your degenerate ass or your friend's degenerate ass when you hire me. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Doesn't have to be that way, though. I can be as nice as you want me to. Basically, you hire me, and you tell me how nice or mean you want me to be. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Okay? Before we get to the asshole of the day, though, I need nominations for that. So send them along on the chat. Who you think will be the asshole of the day? Okay. Frank Fuss at My Policy Shop Insurance, 616-914-4070. I'd like to really drill down as to what's going on here. Right now, you probably have various insurance policies for home, car, life, whatever, maybe health care. This is a licensed independent insurance agent / broker. It's his job to go out like a bloodhound and find more coverage for less money. That's what this is all about. And it doesn't happen all the time because sometimes you say, hey, I got this policy. And then he looks into the next one for you. It's like, yeah, I have no one who can beat that. You have a great policy right there. Well, then you have the peace of mind. So what I'm suggesting to you is this. Call or text Frank Fuss at My Policy Shop Insurance, 616-914-4070. Eric Zane sent me, I need an insurance checkup. He will send you a link. Click on it, fill out the form, and then you're going to have a short meeting with Frank. And then, like a damn crazy-ass dog on the trail of a convicted felon who's escaped prison, he's going to sniff it out for you. And then he's going to report back, I got good news. Your rates are about to go down. I am not kidding. And this doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Have him do it for you. Put this guy to work. All right? He's sitting there waiting for you. Probably doing preacher curls or something like that, or with the arm blaster. Pumping iron. 616-914-4070. Frank Fuss, 616-914-4070. You think I'm kidding? Just do that. Text him. You can even tell him to fuck off. I don't care. Just have him do this for you, and he won't let you down, man. Okay. Blue Frost IT. Jesus, I'm losing my mind here. I just think I had a stroke. The managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast and for small and medium-sized business in and around West Michigan. Okay? If you have a small or medium-sized business and you have computers, you need this, okay? You need to have someone who can help you in a moment's notice if you need help with your tech. How about all your tech is old and out of date, and you know that 2022 you're going to be upgrading your equipment. You need new computers, okay? Don't just go out and buy stuff. You're going to either buy too little, too much, the wrong thing, whatever, okay? Sit down with a professional for a complimentary consultation. That's Alan from Blue Frost IT. He's going to ask you questions about what you do at your business. It's like an interview. Spend 30 minutes of time. That's all it's going to take. He's going to get all this information, and then he's going to leave. He's going to price out everything you should have that is appropriate. And then you're going to be like, oh, that's it. That's awesome. You're doing all this for me. Fantastic. Yeah, buy it. You buy it. He sets it up for you, and then he's now transitioning from project work to your managed IT service provider. Okay? That's how this works. Your business should have its own IT department. That's where Blue Frost IT comes in. Call or text 616-200-8550. 616-200-8550. You know what? I forgot one story that I'm going to get to. We're not going to do the asshole of the day next. I have one more story I have to get to. You're going to love this story. But before I do that, Prince Arming has a class coming up January 15th. Get your CPL. Call or text Steve Prince, 616-204-1705 for Prince Arming. I think you're going to love this story. Some volunteer fire department in Illinois, everybody's pissed off because the chief resigned and they brought in a new chief who is a convicted arsonist. I'm not even kidding. A convicted arsonist is the new chief. Holy shit, watch us.
Only on Fox tonight, high drama at a small-town volunteer fire department after nearly every firefighter on the force quit in protest. That walkout, the result of a one-time arsonist being appointed acting chief. Fox 2's Andy Banker live in East Carondelet, Illinois with this exclusive report. Andy?
Yeah, members of the Prairie DuPont Fire District Board say they have good reasons for making the leadership change here today, but they are not making those reasons public, and that's not good enough for all but 3 of their volunteer firefighters.
Okay, so you need to know. The guy here in the blue with the white mask, he's the former felon arsonist who they just made the new chief. And everyone in this room hates this guy. This chick he's sitting right next to is talking about how much of an asshole he is.
There is no confidence in your leadership or his.
We are accepting resignations tonight.
You have a letter.
Okay, look at that. This guy in the blue, we are accepting resignations, and someone throws in the fire shirt. The shirt lands on the table.
One firefighter tossed his shirt at the fire district board. Minutes later, he plopped his gear onto the table in front of them. 10 of the...
Okay, so the fireman who threw the shirt comes in. Look at this guy. These 3 are like, thank God you're quitting, you fat fuck. Holy shit. I don't feel safe knowing that this monster with his fucking ass, look at his ass. His ass crack is hanging out here. This is the fucking piece of shit who's saving people's lives. Fuck that.
The department's 13 firefighters quit on the spot when the board ousted Chief John Rosenkrantz and replaced him with new acting chief Jeremy Simmons. The 2 were sitting at the same table when the change was made. Simmons is the son of longtime St. Clair County Emergency Management Director Herb Simmons. Jeremy Simmons pleaded guilty to arson more than 20 years ago when he was 18. He was accused of setting fire to a vacant home and...
Of all the careers that this dumb shit goes into, after he commits arson, he becomes a firefighter.
Setting another smaller fire at Dupo High School. He served probation. Governor Pritzker has since pardoned him.
Even though that's a pardon, still, the town remembers. The town remembers the school being set on fire.
The fact that he's not only a fireman, he's a fireman in the town that he was setting shit on fire in. What the fuck?
The town remembers the house set on fire, that we had firefighters fall and be...
Are there any firefighters in this community under 600 pounds? Holy shit.
Injured. I think it's appalling and disgusting.
Look at these guys. The fat ass whose pants are falling down, that chick, this guy here, these are considered to be ripped people in this community. Everyone here is morbidly obese.
The words that I have for that as far as it goes, because we're not going to have the adequate protection around here. It is not going.
No one has adequate protection because all you fat fucks are fighting the fires.
Be as it should be here.
And the former chief and the former...
Can you imagine if they all show up to fight a fire and like, oh my God, there's 10 people inside, 9 infants and a grandma. All right, let's eat and discuss how we're going to get these fuckers out of here.
Fire captain you just heard from there are married. The former chief says the board has not told him why he's being dismissed. The 2 neighboring chiefs say they support the change and have the utmost confidence in Jeremy Simmons.
I want Jeremy Simmons. What they haven't said is they go, well, we didn't want to say it, but bringing Jeremy in, even though he lights everything on fire. because all of you are too fucking fat. And we're just being honest here. If you want to know the truth, this was done because we want you all to quit. Too many of you are fat fucks, so we're bringing Jeremy in. And he only weighs 300 pounds. So that's what the new direction of the fire department.
As acting fire chief, they say he's been a devoted volunteer firefighter at different departments in the area for years now. And they say they will help fill any gaps in coverage left by these mass resignations. Live in East Carondelet, Illinois. Andy Banker, Fox 2 News.
There you go. Thank you, Andy. Brady says, why is it that there's so many overweight police officers and firefighters? I don't get it. I don't know. To me, it should be a job requirement that if you become like these fat fucks, you lose your job. All right? My God. I mean, if our military has to be of sound body, it should be the same thing when with the fire department and police. All right. Asshole of the day. We had a lot of fun today. Stu McAllister on. That was great. We talked Rusty the dog. Oh, I got one more thing for you. One more thing. I know this like, oh, Jesus, Zane, when are you going to end the show? But I wrote this down, and I didn't do it, and I want to do it. It is an email from one of my favorite email contributors of all time. And if you ever want to reach out to me the old school way, the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Okay. Subject line, the UP. From Allison, from Harbor Humane. Hey, Eric, it's finally happened. Time for me to cuss you out, Eric Zane. Brad, her husband, and I drove to the UP this past weekend to spend Christmas with my dad's family, and per our usual plan, I saved up a few episodes of our favorite podcast to make the 5-hour drive go by just a little faster. So there we are, driving through the gorgeous snowy landscape on a picturesque winter day in the middle of, all caps, God's country. And suddenly we find ourselves listening to you and Stu, all caps, beat the ever-loving shit out of it. There was the part where you wished it was part of Wisconsin or given back to Ohio. The part where you called everyone who lives there animals who wear clothes made of wood. Oh, yeah. In the part where you said you wished you had a bomber plane to obliterate it. You guys are assholes. All right. I can't even continue with pretending to scold you. Truth is, it was funny as shit, and we laughed our asses off the whole time. It was just extra hilarious to hear that bit while we were driving through the UP. So I couldn't resist sending you an email. I'm still laughing about it, honestly. Wooden clothes? Jesus. You guys may be assholes, but you are funny assholes. Side note, clearly, you and Stu need a formal tour of the Upper Peninsula. No, we don't. So you can appreciate its majestic qualities. I mean, sure, the people there don't have a lot of teeth. They wear a lot of flannel. They all put up signs that say, fuck Joe Biden, because they haven't even learned about the whole let's go Brandon thing. I mean, they just discovered fire a couple of weeks ago. So they are a little slow on the uptake, but it's an absolute gorgeous place. You clearly need to visit. If you ever need a personal tour guide, just let me know. No, not interested. P.S. Making a mental list of to-do items in preparation for our limo ride in February. So I have downloaded WAP, which I've never actually listened to all the way through, by the way. And I will be buying over-the-knee hooker boots. Maybe the Zaniacs can give me some more ideas. I love that. She's funny. It's funny to read her emails. If you ever want to reach out to me, Eric@ericzaneshow.com. Asshole of the day. Yeah. All right. Clothes made of wood. LOL. Facebook for kicking Stu off for 30 days. Who can we put on for the asshole of the day? Well, as I indicated, we had Stu on. We had Tanel on. We talked to, of course, Kyle with Let's Kill. Who else did we talk to? Did we talk to someone? Oh, I talked to Stephan Hyde, of course. God, we had a lot of people on the show today. Sports cancellations. I think I know who it's gonna be. It's got to be that pussy basketball player, Doc Rivers kid, Austin. What a pussy! Oh my God, so soft. Just shut up. Shut up and play basketball, you twat. Austin Rivers is your asshole of the day. And you can, I have declared it, you can do accents. Accents on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Asian, hello, Eric Zane. Black guy, hey, what the fuck, Eric Zane? There you go, accents. Mexican guy, ay, ay, ay. Oh, no, what am I going to do? I'm so sad. What a terrible day. He's making fun of accents. Eat tons of shit. Shut up, you stupid son of a bitch. Okay. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you next time. I'll join you on Patreon in just a little bit. Thanks. Bye-bye.
It used to be hard to find the exact auto parts you needed, and that meant spending a lot of time at swap meets. It's a different game now when you can order exactly what you need from eBay Motors. They have 122 million parts, so you can always find the right fitment. Spend less time searching and more time building with the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Becoming a magician takes thousands of hours, right, Ashley?
Oh, I'm not a magician. I'm a design specialist at the Container Store.
But you transform closets and pantries.
Well, I turn your most frustrating spaces into ones you love.
With a magic wand?
With Alpha, our customizable, adjustable, and affordable shelving and drawer system.
The amazing Ashley, making daily frustration disappear.
Just doing my job.
Transform your space with Alpha and save 20% on purchases over $500. Get started with your free design at the Container Store today.